Voice of Life for Palestine. Human rights are rights that are inherent in every individual as the foundation of a dignified life and free from various forms of discrimination. But in fact, Palestine is now an example of how human rights violations can occur systematically in the midst of political and military tensions. Through this video, I want to remind, move, and open the eyes of the world to look at Palestine to ensure their individual rights are maintained for various human rights violations, such as forced expulsions, restrictions on freedom of movement, and violations of the right to life have been experienced by the Palestinian people. Some international legal instruments agreed by many countries can be the basis that the conflict in Palestine is not justified. In the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948, in Article 3, guarantees the right to life, liberty, and security of each individual. The Third Geneva Convention of 1949 prohibits the forcible expulsion, destruction of civilian property, and inhuman treatment of civilians. The Rome Statute in 1998 in Article 7 called forced expulsions and apartheid crimes against humanity. According to a report by the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs from 1967 to the present, more than 55,000 Palestinian homes have been destroyed in the West Bank and Gaza Strip. Amnesty International reported that Israeli military strikes in the Gaza Strip left thousands of civilians dead, including women and children. These attacks also destroyed civilians' infrastructure such as hospitals and schools. Restrictions on access to basic necessities such as food, clean water, and medicine are exacerbating the humanitarian crisis in the region. The conflict has had a tremendous impact on human rights. Thousands of lives have been lost due to the ongoing violence. Palestinian children have lost access to the education due to the destruction of schools and instability. Blockades and attacks on medical facilities have led to inadequate health services. Many Palestinians, especially children, are deeply traumatized by the violence and loss of family members. Former United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights Navi Pillay said, "Human rights abuses in Palestine not only hurt the Palestinian people, but also undermine our human values." Several steps can be taken to resolve this issue, such as reviving a two-state solution-based peaceful dialogue, recognizing the right of the Palestinian people to the independence and sovereignty, and the United Nations Security Council should strengthen efforts to stop human rights violations and ensure accountability for perpetrators of crimes. States and international organizations should provide direct assistance to the Palestinian people to meet, encourage the global solidarity movement to voice justice for Palestinians, and pressure the parties involved to stop human rights violations. The Palestinian conflict is not only a political crisis, but also a human tragedy. We can all play our part to stop these human rights violations. Use our social media to voice justice for Palestinians and educate others about the human rights violations that occur. Set aside a little of our sustenance for donations to humanitarian agencies working to help the Palestinian people. Encourage your government to support United Nations resolutions that can protect the right of the Palestinian people. As Demon Tutu put it, if you are neutral in a situation of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. This campaign is a call to protect human rights in Palestine. Let us together speak out against injustice, support victims of conflict, and work toward a just and dignified peace. Human rights are the rights of all people. Together, we can make a change.